Zhang? Xiang? Hello?
Hello.
Turn on your camera. This is an arraignment?
Yeah.
Oh, man. You need to turn on your camera.
Camera. Lầu sáng. Lầu sáng. Dưới đi ra. Yeah, where are you? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello? Mr. Zhang, you need to turn on your camera, please.
Yeah, we attend to that. It's a camera. No? So this
I
is
have no
almost...
camera. I can't see you.
Okay, we are... That is my...
Paging the proceeding.
Yep, still can't see you.
Yeah, we attended. We are just can see you.
Hello?
Hello?
I still can't see you. I need you to turn the camera on.
Yes, we are did. We are did. But we are just can see. Okay? Did you see?
There you are. Okay, yes, now I see you.
Yeah. Hello,
Okay.
how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, this is mom. Xianxuan's mom.
Okay.
Do you have
Sir,
the interpreter?
you need an interpreter.
Mandarin.
Mandarin?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we?
That is on demand. I can request it now.
All right. We're requesting an interpreter now.
Okay. I can show you this is for
Pardon?
this form 14A1.
14A1, that's us.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
All day. Okay, you just hold on a minute.
Okay.
We're gonna see an interpreter.
Okay. Sorry, waste your time.
You just stay right there.
Okay.
And just you're good.
Okay, thank you.
Haven't been assigned yet, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's do this. They're gonna stay there. We're at the end of that block, right?
Sir.
This is my next block, which I'm late for, but all of these people, but you gotta check them in, see who's here. Let's put them in order. Try to get that done, get them out, and do that. I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break because
An
an interpreter was just assigned, so I don't get a break.
interpreter. I'm letting them in.
And they're here.
一般你想反正想不到还要再参照这样看你。
Yes, I see. It's not.
这个脸这把三天也是放哪里？让他看。
Yep.
Outside than in here. Joshua Ledette. About a motion, requesting to amend the conditions in regards to Mr. Ledette's GPS monitoring board.
So that kind of pushes everything.
He's having financial hardship, and he's working really hard, but this is his first time ever been charged with an offense. And he has been abiding by all bond conditions. And he's not quite appears that.
Yeah.
So we're asking for removing the GPS.
State say on this, I'm the one that did the bond conditions, and of course, we get so many, I couldn't tell you exactly what they were until what the probable cause was, which is what I look for. But it's a serious, very serious probable cause affidavit.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, this is someone that really, well, heck, this happened a year ago on Christmas Eve. So,
Yes, sir. According
so
to,
somebody's trying to go to the Dollar Tree, I guess, for something on Christmas Eve. And then they're accosted as they're leaving, exiting the Dollar Tree by two females. And it looks like two males are also involved. But what the defendant is alleged to have done here is there's an Almeida Ledette is someone that has his last name as well. Are y'all married?
Sister.
Your sister. Here, that's disturbing thing is she was assaulted, the victim was assaulted by two females, Mac and Ledette, the women. Her money falls out of her hand. Then Mac, the female, places her foot on it, states, "You're not getting this money." Then boyfriend Chambers, Sheffield's boyfriend, attempted to intervene. That is the victim's boyfriend, but was stopped by you, Joshua Ledette, who pointed a gun at him. This says you pointed a gun at the person, placing him in fear of serious bodily injury, thus causing the defendant's money to be taken, and then y'all fled the scene. That's what this probable cause affidavit states. And so, very serious. When I had a copy of this was on July 27th is when I set the bond with home confinement and GPS, which is not abnormal when there's an aggravated assault allegation, which is I mean, it's aggravated assault, could have been aggravated robbery as well, but they elected to go aggravated assault, and that was a second degree rather than a first degree, but it certainly fits the elements of aggravated robbery, which is very serious. But anyway, yeah, there was a good reason so that this we could GPS is so if something happens, we know where you are at all times. And then home confinement, you've been in home confinement, you have a GPS too? Yes. Yeah. What state saying?
just,
That's a request.
I'm asking that it stay the way that it is. I'll remind the court that according to my information, when he was here on August 17th, that was basically his first appearance. He was asking for the court to release the GPS and the home confinement at that time. Your Honor, heard him out and actually, lightened some of the restrictions to allow him to get a job at that time.
Good. Did you get a job? Well, good. What are you doing?
I work overnight at Home Depot.
Okay, so, how much are you making?
15, 16 hours.
Okay. Is it full time?
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's about 40 grand. Yeah, 2,000 hours. So. It's a step in the right direction. But. You're asking for the conditions to stay the same?
Absolutely.
Where are we headed on this? This position is, I guess, is the question.
Defense
I mean, a
informed
lot
me
of that,
it's trial.
a lot of that, if, if it might be disposed of in a way that gives them a second chance kind of thing, then a lot of those kinds of things are handled through the probation office and are unnecessary by,
Yes, Your Honor.
by somebody under supervision.
Yes, Your Honor. And I think we've just about finished the discovery phase, and I'll consult with my client. I think we'll have an answer as to what he would like to do at the next announcement, and then we'll see.
Okay, I'm not gonna change these yet, but why don't we do an announcement in 4 weeks? Why don't we do it expediently? And have you ever been in trouble before, sir? Ever? Okay. Well, maybe there's a way of handling this. where
Yes, sir.
If everybody can agree.
Mhm.
I understand.
The thing is what these conditions are substitute for supervision. That isn't happening. And if we can get something where it gives them another second chance, another bite at the apple, as it were,
But
I feel better.
because he does have the GPS monitor with, and at that, confined.
See, he's allowed to work,
County.
but it's right now he's got to, and that works like a charm. He's got to go to and from home in the most direct route possible, which it's a pain, but it certainly works. I don't have a lot of problems at all with people on these bond conditions, because they follow them, and we don't have as many problems as we used to have where people were fouling up while on bond because nobody wants to lose their bond, but they were able to wiggle out of a method of us supervising them, knowing their whereabouts, and then they get in trouble. And they go, well, that's why we devised this, and it has cut down bond revocations immensely. I don't have that many like I used to because we're applying this home confinement and GPS. It cuts down on their social life, but we're not worried about that. We're worried about fixing a mess. So I'm going to keep it status quo, but 4 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and see if something can be done. And if sooner, let me know, but then that could help, didn't it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next.
Let's go.
That's a 23 CR 1451. And are you Kelton Gaines? Okay, Mr. West, John West, I believe is your attorney as well as this lady's attorney. So y'all stand by, and I think he's forthcoming.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have the other case is Jordan Savoy, and is Todd LeBlanc.
He was here, he's here somewhere.
All right.
He asked for a second copy of the, yes, I think he talked about.
Is he, ask if Todd LeBlanc is out. I asked for the bailiff's help. Thank you. Okay. And Jordan Savoy. We'll deal with that one.
Speak with Mr. LeBlanc, right?
Okay. Tell them when they're ready. Todd, are y'all ready? Todd, are y'all ready? Yeah, come on up. Jordan Savoy, that's you? Sir, come on up. This post-sentence report was prepared, it states by Candy Banks, but are you here for the probation
I've
office?
been assigned Mr. Savoy's case.
Okay,
Ms.
Oh.
Banks, did complete the.
she prepared it and you were going to be the probation officer?
Yes,
here?
sir.
Okay, you may sit down. No one stands behind the bar. Thank
meant
you. Oh, she's with you? Okay, good. Except court personnel, I guess they can stand if they have to. That's part of their duties. In a 22-41241, Mr. Savoy, you just briefly on a history for the record. You were indicted on December 14th, once a year ago, in 2022 for the second degree felony of robbery. This is an event that occurred at Westbrook High School here in Beaumont, Texas, part of the Beaumont Independent School District's schools. And as this case worked its way through the system, it was reduced or you pleaded guilty with an agreement from the state for a Class A misdemeanor of the lesser included offense of assault. Now, you were not 17 at the time of the event. You classified as a juvenile. However, because of the serious nature of the case, you were transferred to adult status, treated as an adult, even though you have alleged to have been committed the crime while you were not yet an adult. And so under the law, when that hearing is held and that court official deems that it is appropriate under the law to treat you for all purposes as though you were an adult for this crime, then that's what happens. You were treated as an adult rather in the juvenile delinquency program. So now you are 17, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what happened in this case is that last month, this case was on this court's docket. And the agreement was that you would be placed on probation. And the court did not have a pre-sentence report to work with, but under the circumstances that I was made aware of by the attorneys here, this case I felt like was most likely a case that probation would be the best interests of all concerned. But conditions of probation, this court wasn't certain of until a post-sentence report was prepared by the probation office, like we normally have before us when we place somebody on probation. This court did feel like under the serious nature of this case, and if it was going to proceed in the way of probation, the wisest thing to do was to move forward, place the defendant on probation, get him under supervision, and then come back later today for a review of the report and what other terms and conditions of probation are appropriate under these circumstances. Now, the probation office has prepared, and you are here with Mr. LeBlanc, your attorney, and the state's attorney, and probation official. Ms. LeBlanc is one of our senior supervising probation officers is here. Have the parties had an opportunity to review this post-sentence report? And are there any changes or comments anyone wants to make to it? State?
I have not seen it, Your Honor. If I have a brief glance at defense attorney real quick. I don't think there's any changes from what I know.
While he's reviewing that, Mr. LeBlanc, any changes you see?
Judge, I have reviewed it. I don't see anything that needs to check, any changes or objections to the judge.
I don't see any changes. Just we have no objection.
All right, without objection, then it's going to be made a part of the record in this case, but is only limited to view by certain parties who are involved in this litigation. All right, the defendant was who pleaded guilty last month here to this Class A misdemeanor. Mr. Savoy went through the plea process, admitted that he was guilty of the crime of assault, Class A misdemeanor assault, lesser included assault from the robbery indictment. And the court found that even though there was sufficient evidence supporting finding the defendant guilty, the court deemed it was the best interests of all concerned, most importantly, the defendant, that he would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation. I did not find you guilty, and this court has deferred any finding of guilt so long as you follow the terms and conditions of probation, which are going to be amended here. There were terms that I think I don't have a copy of them, but I believe the probation office prepared a litany of terms in an order of probation or not.
Based on the
There
pre-sentence
we go.
report
There you go. Yeah.
or the conditions?
Okay, there was a set of terms of probation that you were reviewed with and that you signed your signature back when you entered this plea, and we placed you on probation last month. I have reviewed the post-sentence report. This court has also reviewed the video of this event that I heard had worked its way around in the public. I had never seen it. I had not heard about it, but then I found out from this case that there was a video that was, I guess it was made by some other student. And to say it's disturbing would be an understatement. It is most disturbing. It is, one thing is certain. In schools, it is no place for bullying. It is no place for assaults. It is no place for the threatening of other students or anyone else involved in this. The key ideals for an education system like what BISD is striving to obtain is not only a safe environment for the students, which is necessary, but an opportunity to learn without fear. And not the least of which is you ought to be able to go to the restroom without being accosted. That's a place for private natural events to occur that are necessary for humans, but not to have to endure what I saw in that video. Now, the post-sentence report states this. And this is from the police, the BISD police officials who investigated the case and who showed up quickly afterwards. A couple of things several things that disturb me most about all of this. And it defies logic that this is the kind of atmosphere that is at any school, but it can happen. And when it occurs, it is going to be dealt with severely. According to the complainant, you, who were with some others, the complainant was in the restroom, taking care of his business, as it were. And you came in, demanded his cell phone and other items in his possession, which is theft. And when you force that, it's called robbery, which is a second-degree felony, which carries with it up to 20 years in prison. The victim stated he didn't have anything on him. And then you attempted to raffle through his pockets of the shorts he had on to see what he had on him. Then apparently he tried to protect himself and grabbed at you for what you were doing. And you stated, "Don't touch me. Let's fight." Then you pushed him to the ground and beat him severely. I saw the video from the district attorney's office. How many times did you strike him? And all he was doing was in a complete defensive position. He had you around your knee. He was holding one knee like this, trying to defend himself from your blows because he was on his knees. How many times did you strike him in the head area and the upper body? How many?
All right.
How many?
I don't.
You take a number. 13. 13 solid shots to the head area. Then he falls away from you on the ground, laying defenseless. What did you do to that defenseless kid then? You kicked him in the head like you were kicking a 50-yard field goal. And then what did you do? Left him. And the others with you. So, police were called. And the nurse got there. It was very serious. They were attending to his lacerations. He had injury to his face that was bleeding. They looked for you. You're supposed to be in school, in class. You were there, but you hid out for 3 periods while they searched the campus. You were hiding out. Why would you hide? Unless that biblical proverb, guilty people flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous stand bold as a lion. That's in the Bible. You fled and you hid. And somebody had to take care of this mess with this kid. Oh. Now, your version, in all fairness, you got a chance to be heard. And you said, I saw smoke coming from, I go into the restroom, saw smoke coming. Several people were in there. It was taking them a while to come out. So I said, can you hurry the F word up? I mean, aren't they teaching you English I know they are. And there's no way to speak. I mean, I know people use that word, but it's obscene. It's not right. It's not a showing of intelligence. You're supposed to be learning, not using vulgarity in your conversation, but no. So you say this guy comes out, grabs my shirt for no particular reason. Hey, the kid's nowhere near your size. And he was attacking you? Okay, okay. For no particular reason, he attacked you. You say, I blacked out. All right. Well, the fact of the matter is there's absolutely no comparison in size. There is no comparison with what I saw being done. You could have stopped after the first, if you felt like your life was threatened by someone who was holding your knee, holding or grabbing your knee, trying to defend themselves. After once or twice striking him, you could have stopped because he wasn't striking any, he wasn't putting up a fight at all. I mean, it's clear. And everybody's seen it, apparently, but me. I'm not a social media person. So, but I've heard, oh, everybody's seen it. That's the most atrocious thing we've ever seen. It is terrible to see. It frightens people that they are going to be sending their children to a school where this kind of hostility takes place. Well, BISD is concerned about that. And they're going to, I know those people to strive to be responsible people to make a safe learning environment for the kids there. But you're working against, people like you work against that. You didn't have to strike him 13 times. And then while he is laying defenseless, you kick him in the head. He was no threat to you at all from at any point in time I saw when I counted the 13 blows. It was like you're just an angry person who just wants to hurt other people. But I can guarantee you this, that there was nothing I saw that was a threat. And even if this were, he wasn't a threat. Apparently nothing appeared to be threatening during the 13 blows that you were striking, and you were you're so much taller, bigger than him, and you were rearing back and throwing haymakers. I've been around. We all grew up in school, and you had bullies and people who would pick on little kids, and that's not right. And really, there was no threat. If he was ever a threat, according to you, there was no threat during the 13 blows and the kick to the head that I saw. It's very disturbing. You're lucky. He's lucky. I mean, you kick somebody in the head who's defenseless like that. I've had situations in here. Those people are in comas, and they're handicapped the rest of their life sometimes by blood clots to the head. I mean, it's a serious thing, but you knew that. That's why you hid out for 3 periods. Why would you hide out if he was the one who was the aggressor, who was the one who was wrong? Why would you? Because you knew you had fouled up. Well, one of the terms and conditions of probation that we're going to make sure is this anger management, because I want to make sure that this blackout doesn't occur when, let's say, somebody, cuts you off in traffic or looks at you in public in a way that you feel like is threatening, and that you need to strike them 13 times and kick them. That's got to be controlled. These are normal events in life. Every day, there are going to be people who are polite, and some people can be rude, or you can perceive it as rude. But you don't strike them 13 times and then kick them in the head. I think you know that, though. I think I'm talking to you and about something that you already are aware of. You have, you're no longer at Westbrook, right?
Yes, sir.
You've moved to another school district. Maybe that's a better thing to start over. Are you doing well in your grades?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What grade level are you in?
12.
You're a senior.
Yes, sir.
No one can see that video without feeling the hair raise on their head. And having a child at a school and like BISD or any other school, and seeing a child be beaten like that, unmercifully, they cannot feel comfortable about having their child in the school. And that's what happens when this occurs. Then people begin to lose confidence. I don't want that. This is, we have issues we're dealing with, and I think the school district is most concerned about the safety of their children so that they can have a safe learning environment. And I'm going to help them with that regard. No one comes into this court and beats mercifully a human being like that and then kicks them in the head without going to jail. You're going to go to jail. I can put you in jail for up to 30 days. And that's what I'm going to order. Now, if it were me, I'd be upset about that. You don't seem too concerned. Have you ever been in jail before?
Yes, sir.
You have. Okay. Well, no wonder.
That's what it.
No one. It's supposed to be punishment, I guess. I hope it's considered as punishment. I would like it to people to think, oh, I don't want to go to jail, so I'm going to certainly conform my conduct to the law and peaceful coexistence with others. When were we in juvenile facilities before? Okay. I don't have that information before me, but people who are in front of me with an assault case, and I think this is reasonable and normal for all judges to see what we see in an unmerciful beating to another person who's a young kid who's trying to go to school. That can't be tolerated at all, number one. And number two, it is going to have some kind of punishment, which includes confinement. You're going to be sentenced. I can't sentence any class A misdemeanor like in this to up to 30 days confinement in jail. I have talked to the sheriff, and there is a place in the jail where 17-year-olds are placed, which are away from the other adult population. And you are going to be sentenced then as a term of probation to 30 days confinement in the county jail. And anyone else who beats unmercifully a student in trying to go to school and get an education, I'm going to stand up for peace and a learning environment that's safe. You understand? And now you go to school during the day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, going to jail for 30 days would kind of disrupt that ability to graduate, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can.
Judge, also, he's
I
in
can-
Houston. He's in
Yeah,
school.
well, that's all of those are decisions that are made by others, not me. My decisions are based upon the circumstances of this case, and maybe that's a good thing that you have moved to another school. But hopefully you have learned a valuable lesson from this, that assaults like this, unmerciful, you defend yourself, but you don't beat somebody. I mean, this is amazing and miraculous that the other person was not seriously injured. I'll do weekend time if that's what you are asking or not. I don't know. I would think that would be what somebody would probably want who's going to school during the weekday, because how is he going to, if he does 30 days, that's 4 weeks in a senior year. That's going to probably cause him to miss graduation. And, or do you care about an education? Is that something that's important to you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's got to be, you got to take your part in being peaceful and law abiding so others can share the education as well as you. Is that what y'all are asking for? That he do it in on weekends so that he can go to school during the week? Or
Judge,
not?
first, let me note that, Judge, I prepared him for this. I've discussed it with him. And so that's part of his reaction is this isn't being total surprise to him. He knows that this was an option, so that's maybe why his reaction is not such like. That being said,
She's not
if
gonna
the
go
court will
far
give me
there.
a chance to talk to him. Because the holidays are coming up, so he has some time there. I don't know if he wants to do it every weekend, or how, if the court has given us an option, I would like to talk to him to find out what he. So he can graduate.
I will allow y'all to
Give us a few minutes
to figure out what you would wish, but
Okay.
it's going to be some confinement, and yeah, I wouldn't want to be there 1 minute. I have to go to the jail a lot, and I wouldn't want to be incarcerated for 1 minute, but this is necessary under,
And he's not.
this
looking
is,
forward to
this
it,
is
Judge.
not, set an example for you and for anyone else. The schools, we're gonna do apply punishment to help this education system be safe for all people. I mean, this is a blessing. I mean, it's the key to success. And everyone needs a safe environment so that they can focus on their studies. Okay, let me know.
Your Honor, if I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
also add, Mr. Savoy is also employed at Popeyes. So he is going to school and working. So if you are ordering the jail sanction, then I would ask the court to consider to allow him at least a little bit of time to notify his employer as well as the school.
I don't have a problem with that as well. But this is going to begin in January. I'll give you a few weeks to figure it out, but I want an answer like by January 10th. And so this confinement condition can begin. If it's going to be weekends or any other way.
Good.
Let me know.
Do you want to know
As soon as possible.
Okay, and I think we'll,
Christmas break is coming.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if he wants to. Nobody wants to go to jail, but I mean, that might be a chance for him to get some of that time taken care of on Christmas break. So if you'll let me talk.
Okay. Have y'all talked about how you want to work with this additional order of confinement of 30 days? Yeah.
We did, Your Honor, and we appreciate the court being understanding regarding the time. I think he said he wants to turn himself in January and do the weekend. Like you.
Okay, you have to report on or before 6:00 p.m. every Friday. They will release you at 6:00 p.m. on Sunday. You will be given credit for 2 days each weekend. So
What's starting what day?
what do y'all want? It's y'all's call.
Okay, the 10th, whatever the week is, Friday is around January 10th, I think is what.
The Friday is the 12th.
Graduation.
Friday is the 12th.
Okay,
There's January 12th is Friday. All right, Mr. Savoy, this will begin on January 12th, Friday. And you will begin those days of confinement, and those will be 15 successive weekends. Unless the court is convinced that those should be shortened for good cause. Okay. Another condition of probation is make good grades and attend class and do not pick fights. Defend yourself if necessary, always, if necessary. But there's a point where when you are defending yourself and the other person is no longer a threat. And if under your story here, if I don't, it's hard to believe the story, but even under your version, once he is completely not a threat to you and is just hanging on for literally dear life to your knee, and then he falls to the ground. That last kick in the head was that's what really stirs anyone. to see. That's a very dangerous thing to see. It's terrible. And we're all lucky, you especially, that there wasn't serious injury because to him. Because that would have been the most serious event. That would have been most serious for you. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. That is all. Then we're, is there anything else we need? We are in recess.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
can you advise the date again? I'm sorry. And we read it on.
12th, January 20th. All right.
Oh, you know, that's not.
No, I'll send it.
The hard part's getting used to 2024. Writing that date.